Welcome to this training video. In this training video, I will give you some introduction to cloud computing. This will be pretty basic concepts on cloud computing, some introductory concept. I will explain what cloud computing is and what are the features of cloud computing. That's what it is. So this is Said, and you can reach me Said at justetc.net. So the stuff that will be discussed here is what is cloud computing, the features of cloud computing, the advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing, history of cloud computing, the service model of cloud computing. I think service model, I mean the different ways the cloud computing are offering services to others. That is the cloud computing service model. And deployment model of cloud computing. Deployment model, I'm just telling that the cloud computing, the facility of cloud computing, are they open to public or not, or private or not, those type of thing. Just the deployment style. So this is what it is. What is cloud computing, the advantages, disadvantages, the history, the different ways the cloud computing companies provide the service, and how and to whom these services are provided. All those steps will be discussed. So what is cloud computing? Really, you can consider it a kind of a infrastructure, sort of infrastructure where corporations can host their applications, their web applications, their websites, all those stuff, e-commerce store, whatever you say. So yeah, that's what it is. Just an infrastructure where corporations can host their applications, keep their applications. Okay, also can use it as a storage service, though that's not the primary goal. There are traditional hostings where you can also host your website, but they are not created in such a way so that you can replace an IT department and host all of your applications there, and they may not be sufficient for the need of a corporate IT infrastructure. Cloud computing, they actually want to replace the IT department of the corporations. So they're trying to say that you can utilize the cloud computing and use all the services, and you no longer need the IT department in your corporation. And there are other limitations in traditional hosting companies. There may have limitations on the how much bandwidth you will get and how much hard drive space or RAM that you will get, and with the increase of the number of users and service users, how those applications will be performing. The traditional hostings are limited, and sometimes it can be costly. Or creating infrastructure, cloud infrastructure that can also be creating a network infrastructure that is also costly. Cloud company tries to reduce that cost. Anyway, if we look at the picture, what it is telling, what is cloud computing? Multi-tenant solution provided by vendor, elastic, pay-as-you go, scale up or down. Okay, so it's elastic. You can scale up your service, scale down your service. Modern web-based integration, web-based, web and mobile access from anywhere. Automated upgrades, you don't have to upgrade, the cloud company will be doing the upgrade. Automated backups are automated as configured or service provided by the cloud company. Uptime guaranteed, 100% uptime. Service SLA, service level agreement, and maintenance provided by the cloud company. I actually did not try to explain this much. Anyway, I just tried to see what is in the picture. So there are some features of cloud computing. They are scalable. Scalable means the infrastructure is scalable. If you need more stuff, more and more stuff, the platform will give you. They will give you instantly. There will not be any downtime. Theoretically, there will be no downtime. On demand, actually, the resources utilized, it will be based on the demand. It can go up, it can go down based on whatever the need of your applications. Pay as you go, you just pay for whatever you use. So the payment will depend on how many bandwidth you used, how much RAM you used, and how long did you use, how much storage spaces that you used, and what are the different services that you used, database service, web server, or not. So yeah, storage area network or not. Based on this, the price should be there. On demand, and the resources are when you are not using, it is available to someone else. So in the traditional hosting places, you actually do not get these features. That's how they are different from traditional hosting companies. So what is the history of cloud computing? Actually, it's not a very new concept. It's actually a very old concept, because in 1960s there were the concept that people wanted large computer, very powerful computer with all the applications in it, and all the people from home will be using the computer, the main computer, and the applications are there using terminals. The concept failed because the network technology was not advanced enough. In 1990s, universities connected their supercomputers or parallel computers to create the grid computing. Actually, the universities had large supercomputers, parallel computers. Sometimes they needed to use more than the resources available to that particular university. Sometimes universities had their computing resources, parallel computing and supercomputing resources, not utilized that much. So universities connected their these facilities together to get a highly scalable computing platform. But however, these were only open to the scientists, not open to the public, the common people. So in 2000s, large data centers were built to provide different internet services. However, based on the dot-com boost, many of those data centers were are left unutilized. So they came up with an idea that they can rent those servers, that is infrastructures. Later they came up with, okay, they can provide the platform and install all the basic, all the fundamental platform software like operating systems, application servers, storage area networks, web servers, database servers, mail servers, and they can also create virtualized separate environment for each corporations. That's how it started, and that's how the cloud computing came into the picture. So what are the different ways these cloud computing companies provide service to others? There are three different models: infrastructure, platform, and software. Some cloud computing companies, they just create the infrastructure, all the networks, storage, networking facility. They just create the infrastructure, physical infrastructure, and they rented all those servers and infrastructure to other companies. And you can rent those by hour or based on the resources. So platform as a service, they create the infrastructure, and then they create that virtualized, individualized platform using virtual machines, and install all the different application servers, web servers, mail servers, and sell it to the other corporations. And another thing here is not necessarily a platform company is building the infrastructure itself. They may rent infrastructure from some other cloud computing companies, and then they build the platform on top of that, and then they sell the platform as a service. So software layer, to my knowledge, is a IaaS, infrastructure service company. So many companies probably are using their infrastructure and creating a platform and providing the platform as a service. And software as a service, this is actually a service, some application to the users, a service to the users that the people can use. But these services are hosted on cloud platform. The cloud computing platform, these applications are deployed. They probably could be deployed in the traditional hosting companies, but they probably, the user which is so large, or they want the all-time uptime, or they want the scalability aspect, or to reduce the cost, they can like the on-demand option of cloud computing. That's why they deploy their service on cloud computing platform. So FreshBooks, Salesforce, those are cloud computing companies, software as a service companies. FreshBooks, they're providing accounting software, so other corporations can use their accounting service from there. And Salesforce, they are business process automation, I think, different customer relationship management, HR management. HR, I have to take a look into that, but mainly Salesforce automation software or the related help desk stuff, all those software, they provide this service, so corporations can buy the service and utilize the service. Deployment model, the cloud computing companies, what I mean here is the cloud computing facility to whom they are available, to whom they are made available, it just indicates that thing. Public, it is open to anybody can buy it, use it, any corporation can buy it. Community, it is made for a particular community, only the members of that community can utilize that cloud computing facility to host their application. Private, some companies build their IT infrastructure as a cloud computing infrastructure with all the features like on-demand scalability. Pay as you go, it doesn't apply because it's their own resources, right? And hybrid, some companies use both public and private cloud computing infrastructure to provide their service. It can be when the private is overloaded, they utilize the public, or it can be they provide some services in their private cloud infrastructure, some services with the public infrastructure. Okay. So advantages of cloud computing. You can see the advantages, if you can see, as they're telling, replacing the infrastructure. It can be less costly because you don't have to buy hardware, you don't have to create the network, you don't have to spend time on maintenance, backups, and all those things. Troubleshooting, you don't have to do it. Cloud computing companies usually provide the services, and they make the infrastructure in such a way so that there are redundant stuff, recovery stuff. So their uptime is more guaranteed. As a company, you may not have that level of resources or budget or money to provide that thing, so you can just provide cloud computing services and get a better service. You don't need to worry about how information is stored or processed. It can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. Disadvantages of cloud computing. Yeah, the main concern is privacy and security, because your data, your application are hosted in somebody else's infrastructure. So you may not have the peace of mind, and still there are agreements, terms of service, but you never know that the company you're hosting your stuff will never ever share your information to governments or other third-party companies. So you never know. So in general, they should be all right, but still people may have concerns with this, and many companies will be reluctant just because of this privacy and security concern to host their applications on the cloud computing platform. And no control on how and where your information is processed, it can be also a disadvantage. Anyway, that's all for today. This is what the cloud computing is. So this is the reference. This is mainly for the picture. So if you have any concern, you can forward me to site@justitc.net, or you can also post on our website ask.justitc.net. So me or somebody else will get back to you with the answers. So to draw the conclusion, we just saw the different, we mainly focused on cloud computing, its features, how the services are provided to other people, and how those to whom those services are available, and some advantages and disadvantages of cloud computers. All we covered in this basic training on cloud computing. And in future, I plan to provide training on the cloud application development, how to develop applications for cloud platform. It can be PHP Azure, PHP Azure, or .NET or Azure, or whatever. And also I plan to provide training on the different cloud computing services like Amazon or similar open systems. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.